In this video, I want to talk about a specific stock I've had my eye on for quite some time now, actually, that I feel provides the best risk reward in 2026 amid all this stock market sell-off. And that stock is Microsoft, ticker MSFT. So Microsoft, isn't a secret company or isn't a small company. It's a Mag 7 stock. It's one of the blue chip tech companies that has been around for quite some time and has posted massive returns over the last couple of years. But in 2026, it's had a significant sell-off, over 30%, 30 to 40% sell-off since the beginning of 2026. And now I feel it's hit levels that, is very attractive for investors. So let's get right to it. Now, first I want to go over, what has caused, this decline in Microsoft. And Gemini has, given me some answers, and they're saying excessive AI spending concerns. And they've put significant investments in AI over the last couple of years, slowing Azure growth. Azure is one of its cloud providers. Open AI dependency risks because Microsoft actually has, big investments in Open AI. Low Copilot adoption. So adoption of Microsoft 365 Copilot has been slower than expected. High valuation correction, competition and market sentiment, increased competition from Anthropic's Claude, and broader market rotation. That's very interesting because, there's some news these days that actually, probably alleviate some of these fears, which is why Microsoft has seen a bit of a rebound in the last couple of days. But the first is Microsoft announces, a lot of investments in various countries like Singapore, Japan most recently. Japan's Sakura Internet jumps 20% as Microsoft plans 10 billion AI push with SoftBank. And it came out today and on Saturday that, Microsoft and Claude is partnering where you can use Claude to access information across SharePoint, OneDrive, Outlook, and Teams, which is some of Microsoft various enterprise tools. So, Microsoft maybe is doing damage control or whatnot, but Microsoft is a Mag 7. It's not a company that's doomed to fail. It has a very deep roots in the enterprise space, and I'm going to go over that in a little bit. But first, let's go over charts. So Microsoft on the monthly time frame, you can see that it's at the 50 monthly moving average. That is that blue line here, and every single time over the last 10 years, it's bounced off of that moving average, and you can see here that it's trying to hold the 50. If it loses the 50, it can possibly go down to the low 300s, but you can see that there's very significant support around these levels. And you can see at the white line here, if the worst case scenario that the entire broader market sells off, Microsoft can hit that 277, that low 300s level. So on the monthly time frame, things look very interesting. Now, going on to the weekly time frame, you can see on the weekly time frame that Microsoft has broken below the 200 weekly, which is this red line here. Previously, over the past, decade, it's bounced right at the 200 and held it as support. But recently, it's broken below it, and I feel like, I don't think this is very significant. It can slice right through it and get right back above it. We'll see how this next couple of weeks perform. But like I mentioned, Microsoft is in an area of a very strong support. We've seen nothing but relentless selling over the last, actually since the beginning of 2026 and in October of last year. So put in a double top. You can see on the daily time frame that it's forming bullish divergences relative to the MACD, the MACD, which is the momentum oscillator. The price is making lower lows, getting right into support, right where the April 2025 lows are. The MACD is curling higher. And if the daily MACD were to, flip positive, that would be very bullish for Microsoft. And you can see an explosive move upwards to 400 first, because you can see that the moving averages are sloping down. And then eventually 476, which is his 200 here on the daily time frame. And you can see again, on the weekly, it's retesting the April 2025 lows. The weekly momentum wants to turn higher, right? All these indicators I can't predict the news and what's going to go on with Microsoft over the next couple of months, but I can tell you that it's a very good risk reward here for a Mag 7 stock that has seen significant selling over the last couple of months. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is not financial advice. This is what I'm personally looking at, but I hope you can find this information very helpful, especially for a Mag 7 company that's going nowhere. It has deep roots in the enterprise space. So hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys soon. Thanks.